What's going on, y'all? It's been a couple of years since we've updated you on the products that Walmart has for camping gear, and so I felt like it's time to do it again. Let's hit it! I always go through the camping sections at any store just to see what they have, because it's like toys to me. I love it. I want to see the latest and greatest products. But there was two items that really stuck out to me this time that I've never seen before that were specific to the Ozark Trail brand, which is Walmart's brand. I'm excited to share those with you and let me know what you think of them, because they basically took some big name products that you obviously have seen before, made some little tweaks and made it their own. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's not a good thing. You'll have to let me know, but I'm just here to show it to you. So let's check out these products. Tents is kind of the paramount, the center of camping, and they've got a lot of great tent camping stuff. And I love discovering that they have replacement canopies. I thought that was cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Then they've got this other stuff for organizing, back walls. I've seen some of that stuff, but we've got some other great new tents here. Look at this double tent. I thought that was great. New glamping canopy, something for the beach, stuff for you to add to your vehicle, like your SUV, to make your SUV better for camping. Car camping that's where I started. Couple different options here. Now, one of the problems you'll see, love this thing. I want to check the price on this real quick. Let's see, 12-person star view. I love these options too, where you can add these to your canopy. Sorry if I get a little scattered here. Some of this stuff is moved around and in its wrong place. When I picked this Walmart to show to you guys what they had, I thought it was well stocked, and then I realized that stuff was kind of just everywhere. So we'll do the best we can. Did you see that there? It was a tent that goes onto the back of your SUV. Another item I've never seen at a Walmart before that I'm super excited about. Got some repair stuff so you can repair holes in the tents. I'm loving the little hiker tent. I have one of the hiker tents. It's a few years older. I haven't used it yet. I need to get it out. Kira, our youngest, wants to do a daddy-daughter camp out here soon, so hopefully we'll get that tent out and check it out. These instant tents are always super helpful. They can be a little bit heavier, but they're easy to set up when you get out there. And of course, they've got Coleman tents. Ozark Trail and Coleman tents have been pretty standard for finding them at Walmart. They have had a few other brands make their way in there. There's my favorite tent stakes right there. It's good to have a variety of different tent stakes, pegs, whatever we're going to call them, for the different type of earth that you might need to dig into, between clay, mud, sand. These fans are decent. I've got better fans, but those ones are decent. I like the little light options that they've got there. If you need to air up your airbed, or sometimes you've got inflatable couches as well that can work with your camping gear. It's nice to have a pump. And some of these, oh my goodness, they've got built-in pumps on some of them. And I saw one during this that it talked about how it will auto come on throughout the night and re-air up. And that's like my dream right there, because I can't tell you how many times I've slept on an air mattress in the tent and woken up flat on the ground with a back just in terrible shape, and I had to go find a chiropractor right after the camping trip. Yes, I definitely sound like someone that's into glamping, don't I? I'm not the same as I was when I was 20. Some things take longer to heal in your 40s. But definitely have a terrific option, or a selection I should say, of the air mattresses at this Walmart. Usually all the Walmarts will have good selection, and if you're paying real close attention, you might find a few more options over by like the sheets, blankets, and pillows in the home section at Walmart. There's some of the ones that have the built-in air pumps. It's kind of neat where it's got like a headrest to the back. They really can do a lot now that they've got more options. I like this little folding picnic table. The last place I was at, we didn't have any picnic table, so that would be nice. Of course, you got to know to bring it with you. Folding chairs that can go on the picnic tables or bleachers, and these wagons are great. Just a few hammocks here. I was a little disappointed in the hammock section. That's my new love. I've got a video coming out soon about hammock camping. I'm dabbling, not quite ready, but I'm dabbling. But they had a few good wagons. I like the hammock stand. My problem is my current situation, I'm at a campground where you can't touch the trees. So I like these hiking chairs, nice lightweight chairs. I really like that wagon that has a spot to stow the chairs underneath. And here's all the different chair options that they've got. I've never been to a Walmart that was completely out of chairs, but oftentimes what's in there doesn't match the pictures. Make sure that you don't just pick up one of these chairs assuming what this picture shows you is what's in the slot behind it. Make sure you look at the actual chair that you picked up. I love that most of these are 400-pound chairs nowadays. Just be careful though. Pretty much every chair we've had has had a good weight capacity like that. Oh my goodness, 600 pounds. But if the longer it sits out in the sun, the fabric begins to rip and tear, and then it still can't handle somebody that's 100 pounds. So the sun is going to tear up this chair. These two rocking chairs right here, we've had both. Currently have the one with the top over it just to test that out. It's my favorite chair. I love setting up the rocking chair by a picnic table, and then I can put my feet up on the bench of the picnic table. These are a little bit heavier, a little bit bulkier. So depending on your situation for how you're hauling your camping gear out there, if it's bigger and bulkier, that might be a problem for you. Sometimes you're gonna want to fit all your camping gear into the trunk of the car, and you're gonna want to take smaller stuff with you. So don't think those things through as you're looking to purchase your camping gear. Just make sure that what you're buying is going to fit in your vehicle, because it's really going to stink if your vehicle can't handle it all. These chairs, I find them to be a little bit restrictive, so I don't usually get those. We bought one of these hammock looking chairs one time from Walmart, but the back and the headrest was really wonky. Did not work for us at all. Check out that. That looks like something Tanya would want for her birthday. Kids chairs down here. Kira loves looking at that kind of stuff. And you got some kids camping tents. Little unicorn tent, and a lot of times that type of stuff is not the best option for actual outdoors. That stuff is better for the kids just playing around. I wouldn't let the kids spend the night in one of those tiny tents. You want to make sure it's staked down properly, can handle the rain. Speaking of rain, got a bunch of different rain jackets, and I like how all this stuff can pack down tight, and even these really small ones that are more like an emergency type thing. Those are good to have. Not something that you necessarily need to keep out with you everywhere. You just need it in case of emergency. So usually you want to have some kind of a tub or something filled with your emergency type stuff, and you want to have some rain ponchos in there. I was excited when they got the silver and orange mats there. That used to be something you could only find in a more of a brand name camping gear, and then Ozark Trail started having those. They've got various different sleeping bags for the different temperatures. You want to make sure that you're aware of what the temps are going to get down to at night. Don't take a 0-degree sleeping bag to a place where it only gets down to 60 degrees at night, or you're going to be a hot, sweaty mess all night long, and that's not comfortable. That cot was on sale for $45. I love the Climate Static V insulated mats there, and that is a great deal if you can find those. Climate has been one of my favorite brands. Looks like maybe they're not going to have Climate anymore. Good prices, but if they disappear, kind of a bummer. I like this little setup they had out there in the middle of the aisle. Kind of showing you it's like a kit. That's the chair. Those are not comfortable. They do not have the headrest. It just doesn't work for your back. Nice little table. Of course, you want to have some bug spray, because when you go camping, there's a high chance you're going to run into mosquitoes with a slight chance of running into ticks. Hey look, Stanley cups. Yeah, those are the good Stanleys. Hey look, Ozark Trails. This is the good Ozark Trails. I've been making Stanley cup jokes for months now. That purple one right there from Ozark Trail, that is an excellent cup. Far better value than the one from Stanley. But the thermos-shaped green ones they had there from Stanley are terrific. I actually want to start carrying those with us when we're traveling and put some coffee in them. And backpacks. The backpack area here at this store was a bit of a mess, so it was kind of hard to make heads or tails of what you were looking at. A few other items here. about time for me to get a backpack. I'm building out my kit so that I can go hammock camping. And I've been very picky as far as the backpack that I get. I want to make sure that it's able to have some mesh on my back so that it can kind of let my back cool off rather than get all sweaty. A couple of things here that can be added to your emergency kit, and we've got portable toilets. We actually have a video on that gray and black portable toilet. People are still watching it, and it's a 4-year-old video. And having some of these things that you can use to cut stuff down is always good. If you're going to be going through a trail type area, you want to have that. And if you're going to be cooking with a fire, there's definitely options here to help you out. And right here on the bottom, you see those silver, outdoor fire pit set. This is basically a copy of the Solo Stove. This is brand new. I've never seen this before. And it looks like they one-upped Solo Stove, and you can actually cook with this one. It's still $100, which is a lot of money, but a Solo Stove is quite a bit more. So I was very interested and excited to see that they're trying that out. Got a few other options. I like this new grill to go over your fire pit. That's different from the previous one that they had. I like the new setup there. And I want to get one of those 6 seasonings there on the bottom for camping. I think that that would be useful for me with our carnivore lifestyle to take what seasonings we use in the truck with us as we go places. Just normal every day, not even camping. Got some grills. Oh, I didn't notice that before. The one right here, it's like a Blackstone, but it's a Coleman. Huh, what do you know? They're copying a lot of stuff, aren't they? Wait, that's Coleman. That's not Ozark Trail. I need to pay more attention. Butane griddle, that looks nice. I feel like I could cook for 2 people on that, but I don't know if I could cook for 4. Now these disposable charcoal grills, I want to get one of those just to try it out, just to play with it. I think that looks really neat. A couple more grill options here. Make sure you pick out something. Remember, keep in mind how much storage space you have in your car or truck for your camping trip before you go buy all this stuff. Definitely stay on top of that because you can run out of space quick. Blow torches, various different types of fuels that you can use. And this right here, remember our buddy heater? Well, Ozark Trail is making their own version of the buddy heater, portable camping heater. I don't know if you could hook up a hose to it and run it to a 20-pound can. Might have to pick this thing up just so I could try that out. It's a little costly, but I know Tanya wouldn't complain about having another heater like the buddy heater, because on the cooler nights when we're out, she loves having the buddy heater right next to her to keep her warm, even with a campfire, because in that way she can make sure to stay nice and warm the whole time and be able to stay out there and enjoy family time and time with friends. So maybe we will check that out just to see how it performs. We've got various different cooler options. This is another thing that they're never in short supply. They may not have the full-on variety at every Walmart, but they never are out of coolers. There's always something to choose from. You got ones that could act as lunch boxes or just something to take with you in the car. You've got your bigger plastic ones. What's this? USB powered like lunchbox? That's interesting. I wonder what that does. There can't be enough power to actually cool it. I think we've got one of these Lifetimes. Careful with those. Mine sat out in the sun too much and the plastic has warped a bit. I was a little disappointed in that. It still closes it up and everything, but that's the one I have right there. The front of it and the top don't match anymore. I think it's just got too warped in the sunshine. Of course, Igloo is still a leading brand. Coleman's got some decent coolers. The thicker they are, the longer that they can keep stuff cold, the more money they're going to cost. I don't think that's $21. That looks a little bit big for $21. But if they're a pretty basic cooler, they will be cheaper. You get into some of these where they like guarantee your ice stays cold for a certain amount of time, and it's like hundreds of dollars. Blows my mind that they cost that much. But if it's that useful, I guess that makes sense. Look at this classic Igloo cooler. They still make them. I love it when companies do that. Look at this. What's an Orca? I like the color. Look at that thing, it's huge. It's $450. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's huge. That thing better keep my whole house cold for 80 days. Yeah, 8 days. I've never heard of Orca. I guess that's a new one at Walmart. So more of the igloo coolers, some soft-sided ones. Basically, you've got different coolers for the different jobs. Here we've got some headlights, some flashlights. Same thing, we've got a variety of different styles. We've got some lanterns down here, electric lanterns, even some oil lanterns. I love the ones that are USB rechargeable, especially if you can get USB-C rechargeable. And I love me a classic style lantern like this. I still have our original from the year 2001. It still has its original glass because I still have the original styrofoam and box to hold it in. And get yourself some headlamps. Headlamps are super useful. You get up in the middle of the night, you need to use the restroom, having a headlamp, especially if you can adjust the light to a red light, you'll be able to see where you're going without blinding everybody in the campground. They still have some of the old ones that use the big giant, I think they're 12-volt batteries. They're just not that bright. But I guess if you like that old style, they still sell it. And I applaud that. I like though that they bring in some ingenuity with some new styles. And they kind of sold out here. Those things used to cost $1. Obviously inflation has caused them to $1.88. Buddy heaters up on the top shelf. We've got some tarps, some bungees, a lot of different tarps to choose from. You get really fancy, you start putting some tarps up over the top of your tent to help cool it down more. Sunglasses you can find over in the fishing section. We've got some more rope. And I love these. This is in the mechanics section. Those lights are great. That one there especially is one of our favorites. We bought 3 of them. It's USB rechargeable and we use it all the time. I put it on my grill, use it anytime I'm working on something in the truck. Magnetically on the bottom you can put it like in the hood if you need to shine it in there. That's been absolutely one of our favorites. All right, y'all, that was pretty much the only bits of camping gear that they had. This was Conroe, Texas, which is pretty much a northern suburb of Houston. I'm gonna try to do more of these. I think that people really respond well and enjoy watching when I show the various camping gear. And one of the things I've noticed is we travel the country now, not just in Texas. Like we were in Colorado and the type of gear that they had varied a bit, like getting bear spray. You're not gonna find bear spray for sale at a Walmart in Houston, Texas. But when you're up in the mountains of Colorado, the Walmart in the camping gear has bear spray, along with some various other differences. So I think I'm gonna try to do some more of these videos for y'all and just try to label them as like where I'm at, just to share that with you so that you can get some better ideas of what camping gear is out there. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you'd give us a like, that sure would help out. I hope to see you again next time. Happy camping, y'all.